Hey everybody, Davina here. I hope you're doing well as we surf the unknown of the corona times. I know it's a very challenging time for everybody, partly because we're going through a collective transformation. Our planet is going through a transformation, our human consciousness is going through a transformation, and all of us in our own lives are going through all kinds of changes and transitions and transformation. So I thought I'd read to you today from my book, It's Never Too Late to Be Yourself. Follow your inner compass and take back your life. And I'm going to read from chapter 18, which is called Expect and Respect Your Metamorphosis. All right, so I've been a little tongue-tied this morning already, so we'll see how it goes. And then we'll do our meditation afterwards, just so you know. Okay. Chapter 18, Expect and Respect Your Metamorphosis. Loss is an inevitable part of change and growth. We may choose change as part of following our courageous hearts, or change can be forced on us, as in the case of being fired or laid off, going through a divorce, experiencing failing health, or having a loved one die. Or, side note, in this case, coronavirus. Whether change chooses us or we choose change so we may lead a more authentic life and follow our heart's calling, the loss is still real. We may feel a greater sense of empowerment in being the one choosing the ending, for instance, giving your notice versus getting laid off. While removing the element of surprise by choosing the change may lessen the discomfort, you may still have to work through the feelings of self-doubt, regret, and possibly guilt associated with being the instigator. William Bridges, psychologist and author of Transitions, identifies 3 psychological phases people go through when facing change. He calls them the ending, the neutral zone, and the new beginning. In the first phase, the ending, we say goodbye to jobs, lovers, spouses, homes, an old identity, or whatever it is that's ending or we're letting go of. We leave our comfort zone. And I'm just going to pause there and say, notice how we're all out of our comfort zone right now because we've had so many endings that we didn't choose. Yeah, that's part of it. Once we've experienced the ending of a situation, side note, which we have, we find ourselves in the neutral zone, which Bridges describes as the betwixt and between place. We aren't who we were, but we haven't yet become who we will be either. We are without the comfort of our old identity, surroundings, and sense of mastery. And yet our new self, with its roles, possibly a new physical location, and our changed social and emotional context, hasn't yet gelled. Although the old way doesn't work anymore, we haven't figured out a system for mastering the new. Bridges says that during this time, we must surrender to the process of disintegration. He explains that it's only by returning for a time to the formlessness of the primal energy that renewal can take place. During this phase of transition, Bridges recommends we find significant time to be alone so that inner signals can make themselves heard. He also recommends that the neutral zone is a good time to go on a personal retreat. During this retreat, you might spend some time writing your autobiography and discovering what you really want out of life. This period of change resembles the caterpillar in the pupa or chrysalis stage of development. No longer a caterpillar and still far from spreading its wings to fly, the entity that has become the butterfly is in a betwixt and between stage. This is a vulnerable moment in which powerful processes are acting on the tiny creature, shaping it to become what it's meant to be. But first, the caterpillar liquefies completely so that it's totally shapeless, waiting to be reformed. I'm going to pause there for a second. Did you know that? Did you know that every part of the caterpillar, it just dissolves? And when it goes into the sac, it just completely dissolves to mush so that it can be reformed. Isn't that amazing? And doesn't that kind of feel like what we're going through now? We're just all turning into mush as we go through the remaking of whatever our world's going to look like. I think it's pretty powerful. So back to the book. As we leave the comfort zone of our persona or constructed self to reclaim our authentic self, a parallel psychological transformation unfolds. We may enter into a stage of ambiguity and uncertainty. While our physical body may remain unchanged, it's quite possible that how we identify ourselves, how we know ourselves to be, completely evaporates. This can be frightening if we don't understand what's happening and how necessary this process is. We will likely experience the stage as one of confusion, uncertainty, and mourning. We are not in a place to create our new identity, let alone our new beginning. Spiritual teacher Michael Bernard Beckwith comments insightfully, "The butterfly does not contradict the caterpillar. It is a stage of unfoldment. At some point, the caterpillar surrenders to the impulse of transforming into a butterfly. When the evolutionary impulse begins to cause you to want to scratch its itch, you'll know it. You don't have to feel anxious about surrendering to it. Allow it. Surrender is simply saying, I am available to what seeks to emerge through and as me." End quote. Betwixt and between. My client Zoe found herself in a betwixt and betweens phase after her marriage ended. She'd married later in life and postponed having children. She and her husband had struggled with fertility issues, and he had finally given up. Every plan she had laid out for herself evaporated. The life she had outlined for herself in detail, staying home and raising children, vanished, and with it, her sense of self and self-worth. She didn't know what to do with her weekends, let alone her life. Nevertheless, Zoe tried to figure out what step to take next. She considered adoption or fostering a child, but that seemed wrong. She felt clear that she didn't want to marry again. Nothing in her life made any sense. Now free to do whatever she wanted to do, she had no idea what she wanted. So that's what the betwixt and between stage feels like. And I'm imagining you're there now. Maybe not everybody, but many people. I would imagine that you're wondering, if not in your own life, what's going to happen, how's this going to work, or sensing the bigger picture around you of what's happening in your city or your state, your country, with coronavirus pausing everything and reshaping everything. It's hard to know what's going to happen next. So we're all in this very confusing space, this time of great uncertainty without our comforts, and yet we're still reaching for our comforts, right? For many of us, that's food. Food feels predictable, right? So we try to find the foods that make us feel happy. There was just a commercial about, we can talk about TV too as another form of certainty, but there was a commercial, you maybe have seen it, advertising this thing called DoorDash, where they kept showing pad thai, they kept flashing the Thai food pad thai on the screen. And it's just like appealing to people's sense of comfort, pizza, something predictable, your shows on TV, something predictable. So we're all looking for certainty and predictability. And, that can work for a bit of time. But going within, doing our meditation, that's where the real predictability is. That's where the real certainty is when you go back to your breath and the deep breathing, and you calm your mind and you calm your body, and you connect with the timelessness. You connect with your source, which is timeless, right? That is the one constant, is your connection to source. So anyway, if you're interested in reading more of the book, you can find it through your favorite online bookseller or independent bookseller. It is available. It's available in Kindle. It's also available as an audiobook on Audible. And if you contact me through my website, davinakotulski.com, if you want a signed autograph copy, I'm happy to send you one. So, all right, shall we go into our meditation? Sound good? All right, so I'm just going to invite you to get comfortable and allow your eyes to close. And with your eyes closed, receive a deep breath now, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Good. And just rolling your neck from side to side. Take another breath in. Good, and gently exhale. Make sure you're in a comfortable spot where you won't be disturbed. Good. And continue to just breathe in nice and easy, in through the nose and out through the mouth. And with each breath in, maybe thinking, I have arrived. And with each breath out, I am safe. Or each breath in, I am safe. Each breath out, I am safe. Or if you prefer, I am safe in, and exhale, I am home. I am safe. I am at home. Good. And just please know as you go through this process, your mind may be very active in the beginning as we're meditating together. That's normal. That's okay. Don't fight it. Just let it go where it wants to go. You'll find that by the end of our 15 minutes together, it will have slowed down considerably. Good. And just keep breathing as we go together into the beautiful sacred silence. Okay. So just gently allow your eyes to open. And that was 20 minutes, not 15. Did you notice how good it felt to just be in that silence, and that quietness, that peace? Rich, right? It's so enriching. So I'm just going to invite you to have a great day and to keep doing your meditation every day. I know I'm not able to come on every day and do these, but go back and listen to some of the other ones and, find some other videos too that help you. But make sure you're doing your meditation every day. Again, that's the place where you're going to find that sense of certainty and just peace within, inner calm, tranquility. All right, have a beautiful day, and I'll see you next time. Take care.